Hello player, today we will analyze the match between Gukesh with the white pieces and Andrey Tsvetkov with the black pieces. c4, c6, knight f3, d5, b3, bishop g4, e3, knight f6, bishop b2, e6, h3, bishop h5, bishop e2, knight from b, d7, kingside castling, bishop e7, d4, kingside castling, knight from b, d2, queen b8, a3, b5, c5, queen c7, b4, rook from f, d8. This move was inaccurate, the best move was knight e4. For example, knight e4, knight b3, f5, with an advantage for white. Rook from f, d8, knight b3, knight e4, queen c2, f5, f4, a6, rook a2, f4. This move was inaccurate, the best move was rook f8. For example, rook f8, knight e5, bishop captures on e2, with an advantage for white. f4, e captures on f4, queen captures on f4, bishop c1, queen f7, bishop e3, rook from a, c8, a captures on b5, a captures on b5, rook a7. This move was inaccurate, the best move was rook a6. For example, rook a6, bishop f6, knight a5, knight b8, rook b6, rook f8, bishop f4, with a decisive advantage for white. Rook a7, bishop g6. This move was inaccurate, the best move was bishop f6. For example, bishop f6, knight a5, queen g6, queen b2, e5, with a decisive advantage for white. Bishop g6, bishop d3. This move was inaccurate, the best move was queen b2. For example, queen b2, bishop f6, rook from f, a1, with a decisive advantage for white. Bishop d3, queen f8. This move was inaccurate, the best move was bishop f5. For example, bishop f5, knight e5, knight captures on e5, d captures on e5, rook a8, with a decisive advantage for white. Queen f8, knight a5, bishop f6, bishop f4, e5. This move was inaccurate, the best move was queen f7. For example, queen f7, rook a6, rook a8, rook captures on a8, rook captures on a8, knight captures on c6, queen e8, with a decisive advantage for white. e5, d captures on e5, bishop e7, bishop h2. This move was inaccurate, the best move was bishop e3. For example, bishop e3, queen f7, knight b7, with a decisive advantage for white. Bishop h2, knight from d captures on c5, b captures on c5, bishop captures on c5, rook b7, knight captures on f2. This move was inaccurate, the best move was rook e8. For example, rook e8, knight b3, bishop e7, with a decisive advantage for white. Knight captures on f2. Bishop captures on g6. This move gives back part of the advantage. The best move was rook captures on f2. For example, rook captures on f2. Bishop captures on d3. Queen captures on d3. Rook a8. Knight d4. Queen captures on f2 check. King captures on f2. Rook captures on a5. e6. Rook a2 check. King e1. With a decisive advantage for white. Bishop captures on g6. Knight e4 check. King h1. H captures on g6. Knight b3. Queen f5. Queen b2. This move gives back part of the advantage. The best move was queen c1. For example, queen c1. Knight f2 check. Rook captures on f2. Bishop captures on f2. Knight from b, d4. Queen h5. Knight e6. Rook f8. Knight from f, g5. King h8. g4. Queen h4. Knight captures on f8. Rook captures on f8. e6. Rook g8. e7. Bishop a7. Rook captures on a7. With a decisive advantage for white. Queen b2. Bishop e3. The evaluation became 4.5. This was a serious mistake. The best move was rook f8. For example, rook f8. Knight captures on c5. Knight captures on c5. Rook a7. Queen d3. With a decisive advantage for white. Bishop e3. g4. Queen f8. e6. Rook e8. Rook f7. This move was inaccurate. The best move was knight d2 white's victory. For example, knight from f, d2. Knight f6. Rook f7. With a decisive advantage for white. Rook f7. This move was inaccurate. The best move was knight d2 white's victory. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and leave your suggestions.